everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called the DK Project, but it's really the Darren Show. So thanks for tuning in. You're going to want to sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go! Wham!
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
We are rolling right in, man. Dave is back in the co-pilot seat.
He is.
Took a little time off to rest his weary head.
He did.
I tell you, I don't know, man. I was like, what the hell happened to Dave? Guy goes radio silent often.
No, I was in.
Dude, your communication sucks.
No, sometimes it does suck, but I will take a pass
Sometimes.
on this sucking because I was off to where I barely had any service at all.
Oh.
For 7 days.
So like a walkie-talkie. Actually, I can't do that because that shit bomb I put out last week, my solo cast with a little best of, had a lot of walkie-talkie noise in it.
Did it? So you
Yeah, I
can't
don't know.
walkie-talkie it.
Well, I think what I did is I over-levelated her.
Yeah.
And it so I actually spent a lot of time clipping, cropping. It wasn't easy. But I got it out. We got her done. So you were off on
We're
a studio run or what?
Yeah, I was.
Dude, I'm with the band.
I was with the band.
Were they putting a new album together or what?
Yeah, we started recording it. It was
Started? You mean this is going to happen again?
Well,
What
yeah,
does it
you
take
got
to make an album, dude?
Depends. I mean, it depends.
Come on.
It depends how you're doing it. This one's more of a live album, so most of the songs are recorded live with a little bit of vocal overdubs and then some guitar overdubs. So it'll probably be 3 more sessions in the
Guitar
studio, like 3
overdubs.
more times.
Dude, that sounds so heavy.
But it was 6 days,
6 days.
6 12-hour days. By the 4th day, I felt insane when I got back to where I was staying.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because your ears can only take so much, and believe it or not, when your brain's working that hard, and I use that as like a...
Was your brain working hard because there were chemicals involved?
No chemicals involved.
Whatever, dude. You stay locked up with the band for a week and we get nothing?
No.
Bullshit.
I don't do chemicals.
I'm calling bullshit, dude.
You can. We could do a
Insert
DK
foghorn
whiz
here.
quiz if you're interested.
You probably have a Whizzinator, though.
No.
Yo, Whizzinator.
Yeah, just warn me so I can bring the Whizzinator.
They have mandatory drug testing for the podcast.
There you go. But yeah, so what happens is that you're using your brain so much, you just get tired, and you literally become...
It wears you out?
Oh, it totally wears you out.
That is crazy.
When you use your brain, and for me, it's hard because I don't use it that much.
I was going to say, I don't want to start.
Yeah. But when you do, you just get exhausted from it.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Good for you, though. So you guys spent a week on that project?
Yeah, we started it. So a week, and then we'll go back up in 2 weeks or a week from this Sunday for 3 or 4 days. And then
Was
see
there
where
any
we're
juice? Like any fighting? Any like... Come on. There's
at. Like
gotta be some
band fights?
dish.
No, there's no fighting at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
there was one
man.
part where I was just like, nope, we're done right now for the day. I'm not.
Are you like the
there's no-
adult in the group?
I can be, but I can also revert to the non-adult in the group.
I was thinking about that. Like, I bet you got to like babysit and like, hey, now Tommy, get along with Jimmy because we're a band and we need these pieces to the puzzle. It just seems right.
What can happen, and you have to be really careful of, is like towards the end of the day, the band could maybe have too many beers consumed.
No,
So things start getting a little bit,
really,
sideways.
really.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Not in
like
anger,
fun.
but like can't play in time or can't do this or can't do that.
Yeah, but isn't that the whole thing about being in a band that
Well,
you have
yeah.
to play drunk? I mean,
Well, no,
Come
you don't
on.
have to play drunk. Actually, that's a misnomer.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
You play poorly when you're drunk.
you don't play as well.
Poorly.
Bullshit.
Well, to record you, it's poorly.
I think if I played, I think I think I would be as bad drunk as I am sober.
You probably would be, but if you're a very skilled musician and you're playing like really drunk,
If you got
it
some
doesn't go well.
skills.
Doesn't go well.
So do you like have to tell them, hey, no booze, boys?
No.
Oh, Okay.
No, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying by the end of the day, everyone's tired. Things are moving. It's a long day. So you can see when things kind of start slipping down the hill a little bit, and then you need to just pull the plug.
You could do that, though, like being a sober person.
You could.
That I am. You could just watch that happen whenever you're out with anybody who drinks.
Right. That's exactly the same thing.
It's like, oh, okay. It's not fun. You're repeating yourself. Okay, you're talking loud.
And we're starting to laugh at jokes that suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty soon.
It's a good time to work on new material, though.
Right.
You know what? Here's one. Go. And no, I ran into that a lot, and I actually have a group that we hung out with a lot and did a lot of drinking with, and he said it best. He's like, we all start on the same level, and then eventually the sober person stays at that level, and everybody else kind of goes
right,
and they start talking louder and repeating themselves. Oh my God.
Yes.
I can't handle it. It's too much.
It's exactly what happens. So then it becomes too much, and then it's just time to go.
Dude, I'm with the band.
Yeah.
I totally get it, man. That's cool, though. So you go back in 2 weeks to do what?
Keep recording.
Really?
Yeah. So we have some more guitars to do, some singing to do, some of this, some of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool to see that in action. Because when the guy did my intro music,
yeah,
we went to his studio for that, and just to watch him put that together was like, it was so cool.
Yeah,
just laying it down.
It's really interesting, and some of these people are so talented on their instruments and the way they play. It's pretty amazing.
That usually comes with a little ego.
These guys are actually pretty good. I've met a lot of people with big egos, though, but normally you get into that environment, even the big egos kind of come down to earth. And,
simmer down now.
Yep. Because everybody wants to put the best product they can down.
Hell yeah.
So that's how it works.
Is this their second album?
This will be their third one, this band.
And what are they?
They're called The Bad Man.
Bad Man. What was the other album? No Teeth, Old Man?
Laughing with Bad Teeth.
Laughing with Bad
And
Teeth.
their first album was called Ain't Clean.
Ain't Clean. What's the new album going to be called?
Don't know yet.
The Project.
I want to call it Onomatopoeia.
Jesus. Who's going to spell that? I ain't spelling that shit.
But I don't get to vote on those things very much.
My
job's strictly to make sure the music is done right.
I want it to sound good.
Right.
We'll do the rest.
Yep.
We'll do the rest. Hey, I talked to you a week or so ago, and you brought up some girl volleyball.
Yeah.
What happened in the girl volleyball arena? I've never been. I kind of want to go. Do they have announcing? Seems like a nice little place for me. Check out these kicks. Boom.
I got to look at them. So girls volleyball is over.
Are you into guys' shoes too, dude? Like you check out guys' shoes right away too? That's fucked up.
I kind of, yeah. It's a shoe thing. There's not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, you're lucky that I have a collection of sweet shoes.
Right.
I
do notice shoes.
I got 4 pair of these in
Why?
different colors. Different colors. Like these are so white, I don't wear them all the time.
Right.
Because they're too white. But they're so comfortable. But I have a gray pair. I have a funny color pair, like a tan whatever, and then I have a black pair. And they're so nice. The kid has the same set.
And they're you
has the
guys
same
have
ones.
matching shoe sets. Yeah. Dad, what are you wearing today?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go
well,
with
and
the
then and
blacks.
what's nice, and I talked about this before, is we're about the same size.
Yeah.
So like I bought these really nice running shoes, but they were too narrow in the toe box. So I just give them to him.
Why do you use toe box?
Because that's what it's called on a shoe.
No,
Obviously-
it's just called a shoe.
Obviously, you're not a shoemaker. No, the toe box, the section of the shoe that houses the toes.
That's called a toe box.
yeah. Come on,
Isn't
dude.
it just called the front of the shoe?
Well, you could if you were a layman.
Oh, hey. Speaking of shoes, starting Monday, I get to reintroduce myself to my running shoes.
Oh, gee. You haven't yet?
I've been
Dude,
walking, but I get to run now.
I think you got to put this thing on the back burner.
It's not going away. It's happening.
What do you call a shoemaker? Like a real shoemaker? Ding dong, ding
What is the
dong,
name of
ding
that? I
dong,
know
ding
that.
dong.
It's a
ding, 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 ding.
It's not a peddler.
It's a cobbler.
Cobbler, yes.
It's a cobbler.
Cobbler.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were close. I just looked that up. I didn't know.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's so lame, Darren. I thought you were smart for a second.
No. Don't kid yourself. There's nothing smart here.
How about Gopher?
Hey, what
football?
about no? What
Can't
about
go there
volleyball?
yet?
We didn't. What happened
It's
to volleyball?
over.
Oh,
they
so
lost in sections, and
that
the
was it.
state tournament's already done.
Oh, well, screw it then. We won't talk volleyball
Yeah, it's
until
over.
next year.
Gopher girls
What
volleyball
grade
is
is
still
she?
going
Is she a
on.
junior?
Yeah.
Oh, the hell. What?
Gopher's girl volleyball is still going on, and that's a blast to watch.
If you actually put your Adam's apple up to the microphone, then we can even hear you swallow better than what you
Oh,
already
did I
are.
just drop? I took a sip, and I just put a huge
Come
swallow.
on now. I'm getting used to going in and cleaning up audio. But anyway, so Gophers football.
Yeah.
Gopher football has the Iwegians this weekend.
Are you rowing the boat?
I kind of am.
I am too.
I kind of am. We talked about this a lot on Bob Sansevier's show in that I was a little pissed because I brought it up like 2 weeks ago. And Bob's like, oh, PJ Fleck's got a contract, but he's leaving. He ain't staying. He wants the West Coast glitz and glam. And it like totally sucked the wind out of my sails. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Right.
We find and now this new contract with a $10 million buyout, he ain't going anywhere.
Probably not.
$10 million. But his enthusiasm, his rah-rah, I love it.
I
It's
think
so
you
good
just
for
pay that guy whatever he needs to stay.
Yes, we need
Just
that.
pay him.
We're so used to getting our dropped on our heads after any kind of a little bit of a win.
Right.
Like everybody's convinced that the Vikings are going to shit the bed this weekend, and they're like a 16-point whatever predicted. What do they call that?
Favorite. Yeah.
Over Denver because Denver sucks.
Right.
But because we're so used to winning and then crashing on our head.
Right.
So to see the Gophers actually like put it together and make a run here, I mean, our biggest challenge is Iowa, and
For
their record's
sure.
not great. I mean, they're winning,
No.
but they're not as good as we are.
I don't think that Iowa can score with us. I think that we can handle Iowa's defense because we have 3 really good receivers and we can run the football.
Yeah.
And our offensive line is good. So what I think happens is that we win the football game purely because Iowa can't score with us. Their offense is not good.
Well, and that's one thing we can do is score.
Correct.
That Tanner Morgan dude is tight.
He's throwing dimes.
That's
18 to 20,
That is
21 to
serious.
22.
But I do think, and I figured this out with the Vikings against the Cowboys, you got to score first. That's all
Roger
there is.
that, yeah.
That's in any sport. You got to score first because then the morale's up, everything's good. When you don't score first and the other team does, then you're sucking ass the whole time.
it's kind of sports 101. Score first. And like basketball, I'm not sure it kind of counts.
Okay,
but-
so here's my next wave. So on last Saturday, I started with Gopher football.
Yeah.
Actually, I was running around kind of half-assed. Let's do it, watching it on my phone. Watched the end of it on my phone, which was cool. But then I went into Gopher puck,
Yeah.
and then I went into Gopher basketball.
Gopher Puck was playing Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they got the win,
Yep.
which is good.
And
I
then
don't know
basketball
anybody
was
really on that
Oklahoma.
team. Basketball had Oklahoma
Yep.
on that super shitty floor out in Sioux Falls,
Yep.
which is only 6 years old, but they wanted it to look like it was 100 years old, which I don't understand. It looks like garbage.
Right.
But that Gopher basketball, it was funny because I had a conversation with a guy last night because the little kid, the little White Hawk, had a game last night.
Right.
Kicking ass. I mean, that team is solid.
Basketball?
They've improved. No, that's hockey.
Hockey. Yeah.
They're Bantam B2s. But the kids that have moved up, because last year we were second-year Pee-wees, the kids that have moved up have improved so much.
Right.
So actually, I'm going to be running a stick handling clinic at the house tonight because that's the next phase.
Really?
Yes, that's and
Do
it's
you
funny.
video said stick
It's funny because
handling
the wife
clinic?
goes, the wife's like laughing because we're walking to the car and I'm like, maybe it's time I show you a few of the moves, And the wife's like laughing at me and I'm like, you know what? I look funny when I run. You're right. I run really slow. I can throw a baseball a little bit. I can throw a football a little bit. But I can work a hockey stick.
You can
like
stick
that's
handle?
the one thing I can do.
How many years of experience do you have stick handling?
How old am I? 45. I've had 45 years. The first year I took off. And the last 45 I've been hitting it hard.
You've been stick handling.
No, I played all the way up through high school, but I've always had a rink in the backyard. I've always when I grew up, the Big Easy from the show lived down the road.
Yeah.
And in between us was a hockey rink. So we lived there. I mean, it was, but my parents would never pay for me to play at a higher level because it was so expensive.
Right.
So I just was the backyard rink rat. So, and I skate. I mean, I wouldn't, skate and stick handle at this age. Probably not going to happen. But at boot hockey, I can't be touched.
You are just
I'm
unbelievable.
So I'm going to run a session or two with the kid
and see what
goes. I can teach him. And but I'm really impressed by the level of play. Plus, we brought a few B kids from last year and an A kid from last year. So there's some scoring. We're good.
Right.
I hope we're in the right division because I don't like just winning by 8 every game. I want to be on the edge of my seat, But I had my first. I'm getting off track here. Don't forget, we're going back to Gopher basketball. So I had my first. So we get the thing for the hockey, and you got to sign up for to help out your dibs.
Yeah. Or you got to write the check.
Right. Well, and my thing is I'm the announcer. I mean, so I sent my resume out. Well, I didn't send my resume. I told him, I announced for varsity this, varsity that. I can do it. So he sends me the thing and says, here, go sign up. So I go sign up. And last year we had to have 6 shifts or 6 whatever.
Right.
So I go in there and I bang them all. I almost got all the home games. Well, then he comes out and he goes, oh, you only need 2 or 3 shifts. I'm like, well, why am I working the whole season,
You should be if you're announcing.
Well, but I don't mind it. The problem is that I'm announcing, I'm doing the music, and I'm running the scoreboard.
That's tough.
And now that we're Bantam, there's penalties, there's a lot of shit going on. And as you well know, the equipment here in West Tonka, shout out to the AD, is horseshit. They got like a early Apple IIe computer to run this scoreboard. When really, isn't there an app on the phone that I can just tick, 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 tick?
No,
it's
because
all
it's actually, there's cheats on that thing, though, that make it go really fast.
Well, and I think the only thing I really screwed up on in that game was we had a second penalty that came on, and it was the first penalty that we had of a single-digit number. And I didn't know you had to put 07.
Yeah.
For the jersey number.
Yep.
So the game's sitting there and you're like, oh no. And one of the coach kids had to come over and help me, but it's whatever.
You didn't know that. So that one that we used at the Gopher baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Same exact one as the one that's at Thaler. It's just the one at the Gopher baseball stadium's bigger and for baseball.
Did we use that one?
Yeah, it's the one you use at Thaler.
No, the one at Gopher did.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I was just on the horn.
Yeah, so it's the same one, but the thing is, there's cheats on it that make it easier to.
Well, you're going to have to show me.
I will.
Because they had a 2-hour training session on Monday, but I skipped it.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Well, come on. I just need a couple of little things.
You should announce for girls hockey. You'd be great at it.
I would totally do it as long as I can call the coach. And we're back. Hey, get me in there. I'll totally do it.
All right, you're in.
I actually requested to do boys hockey this year,
but I think Jay Stewart is going to do boys hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to do girls, but he probably will do some.
But I think they need help.
If he's not there, you should be there.
Yeah.
You'd be great.
Are you doing the
music?
Board? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's the other thing I got to work on. I use my iPad, but it's a lot when it's one person. So anyway, I got way off track there.
Pro tip: it's easier to use a computer and have all your playlists set up because they sit in front of you. And
that's what I have on the iPad.
Ding them and slam them and move to goal songs, to penalty songs, just like that.
Oh, well, I don't have
it goes
that
really
broken
quick
down.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you after the show. Anyway, back to Gopher basketball.
Okay.
So I talked to this guy at hockey last night. That's how I got off on the tangent about Gopher basketball. And I'm not a basketball guy. I despise pro basketball. It's just overpaid thuggery. Where college basketball, it's like college football. They're still in it, man. They still love the game. Well, there's 3 kids on the college Gopher basketball team right now. One graduated from Orono, and one graduated from De La Salle, and the other one graduated from Woodbury. Well, they're at the age of our sons.
Yep.
So it was like I saw West Tonka play these guys. I saw them at the high school level, And it's just kind of fun because it's kind of like you know somebody on the team. I don't know them. I mean, I pretend like I know them, but I've never like interacted with them.
Right.
And if any of them want to come on the show, there's context at the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. But so I'm telling this guy last night, and he's like, so you know these guys? I'm like, no, I just, it's just fun to watch because you kind of can relate.
Right.
But that team has gone down so much since they lost that Jordan Murphy kid last year.
Yeah.
And I believe that Daniel Oturo, who's a sophomore this year, and Gabe Kelscher. I'm a Gabe Kelscher guy. But they're going to have to carry this team. And if Gabe Kelscher's not hitting, like this kid's deadly from three-point and his defense is off the chain.
Right.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I'm like over here and never knew that this was
I'm not a basketball guy.
Welcome to the DK Basketball Podcast.
Hoops DK.
Hoops DK.
Anyway, so this game against Oklahoma, they just weren't gelling. Like they got a new kid by the last name of Carr. No.
See, I don't even know anything about basketball.
And then they played Butler Tuesday night, and they lost to Butler.
I love watching college basketball. I know
fun.
Nothing about basketball.
Well, and I'm hoping that the kid's been going to some because GCU has a Division I team.
Really?
So he's been going to some. They're just getting started. But you know what? I'm changing my tune.
Where are you going?
I said I want to go. I want to move somewhere warm. I don't want to deal with winter. And I think I'm coming to the conclusion that I might be a winter guy.
Yeah.
Not full winter, but you give me sunshine like today and 30 degrees, I'm living.
It's not a problem.
I'm done.
And I'm not a desert guy, though. If I'm going somewhere warm and there's going to be a bunch of blue, salty water around me.
Yeah, that's what the wife thinks. But you know what? It's like you can only take so much clothes off and be outside.
Take it all off.
Right. But
depending where you're at.
Right.
But I mean.
But in winter, where it's chilly, you can just add, like a hat or a jacket or whatever. And it's very tolerable. Now, granted, it's going to get down to ridiculously low temperatures. But this time of year is great because there's a little crisp in the air. Basketball, hockey. I mean, it sucks that...
How did basketball become a winter sport?
I don't know.
That should not be a winter sport. It should be a spring or a summer sport.
I suppose back in 1932 when they brought it indoors.
Probably.
They said, hey, let's put this in the winter.
We can do whatever we want if it's indoors.
We're flexible. Actually, I don't know that you can call it a winter sport. Because it starts in early November and it runs until end of March.
It's a winter sport.
I think it's getting some of fall and some of spring.
It's a 3-season sport.
Yeah, it's a big sport.
Here's
not like soccer. That's like half a month.
Here's my only ditty of basketball knowledge I can drop on you. When they first invented basketball and they had the basket, the bottom of the basket was closed. So every time they scored, they had to crawl up to get the ball.
Basket?
Yes. Wow. And they had to crawl up to get the ball. And then finally, somebody said this game would be much easier if we just...
Where did you
open the bottom of the basket?
Where did you obtain that information?
It's just one of the things.
That sounds like you were drunk at a carnival talking to a carny, and he says, "Hey, listen to this.
Check this out.
I know you've put $75 into hitting this hoop, but let me tell you this story about how basketball came around."
No, it's what happened.
And then, there
I don't
you
know
go.
where I got it.
You learn more here by accident than most places by design.
That is the only basketball knowledge I am equipped with.
Yet you wear Converse every day.
Well, yes.
I don't know, dude. I
can't even shoot a basketball.
I can't either. You know what? Here's the thing. The kid's been playing hockey now. This is his second year. He played mites. He took like 4 years off and they played basketball. But the basketball program at what was the 4th, 5th, 6th grade level was so bad, and they don't have a coach. I coached for 2 years.
Did you know what you were doing, or did you?
No, I just shadowed. Actually, you know what I was? They called me the enforcer.
Really?
Yeah, because these kids don't listen. They don't pay attention.
Right.
So old DK rolls in.
They're in 4th grade, though.
Listen up. What do you mean? Don't take their side, dude. I had a whistle. They got me a gold-plated whistle. I'm telling you. I literally was tagged the enforcer.
I'm speechless, actually.
But nobody wants to coach that team. It's so sad. So sad. But
That is sad.
whatever. Now all the kids are,
Off doing
it's kind of
this
like
and
that
that.
same age group for baseball. The baseball coaches at that age group, legally, we can't talk about it anymore. Ruh-roh.
No.
Hey, I got an outstanding new marketing idea for the show.
Let's hear it.
No. We can't talk about it on the air yet.
Can you give like a tidbit?
It's still in development.
Okay.
No, that's hot secret. Let me ask you this. I was out the other day and I'm cruising around and I thought, because there's a lot of nice vehicles where we're at. Like there's a lot more Maseratis. There's a lot more sports cars. When was the last time you actually saw a car with the club on it? Remember the club?
I do know exactly what. Oh man, it has to be maybe in high school. I don't know. Like, I don't. I know
Remember how
that
big that was? Like, hey, you got a club?
I know my friend had a club, so that would be the last time I experienced the club. Did you get a look at a club?
No, but I was driving by and I thought I saw one. I was walking out of the grocery store parking lot and I thought I saw one. And it just dawned on me like, that was like security at that time. That was security for your car.
Right.
To lock one of those clubs on. And I just like, I don't know.
Nowadays, these cars have computer chips in the keys. You can't even start. You can't even jump the car without the.
That's true. That's true. And it's not exactly inexpensive to replace these keys.
No, it's super expensive.
Ridiculous. But I just thought it was funny. I'm like, nowadays that because you don't actually even see like you used to see really old piece of shit cars full of rust, smoking going down the highway. Now you maybe see like one every 2 weeks, maybe
Right.
Like there's some dirty cars, but like a real old piece of shit, like something where you're like, come on.
Right.
We did my senior year in high school.
That's so awesome.
It was that year. We went on spring break.
You drive?
Dude, who's breathing in the microphone? You're killing me.
I sniffle.
Yeah. Daytona Beach. So we're going to drive. So there's like 7 of us. It was the Big Easy and I and another guy in my car. I had a little sports car, not for 3 people. It was a 2-people car. Then the other guy comes and he rolls in this big freaking Mercury or Ford that was like
Grand Marquis or something
wouldn't even
huge.
fit in the freaking garage. It's so big.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, dude, you're driving that to Florida? And it was
8
one of those
miles
where
to the
like
gallon.
it's like the Blues Brothers kind of car where
yeah.
you're driving down the road and they're just floating. And the guy in the back of their car is like laying down because it's a full-size bed in the back. He made it all the way down there. I'm like, oh my gosh. You got to be kidding. They'd spent like 6 times as much in gas as I did.
Oh yeah, then did he throw the club on it before he?
No, but I did. So we went down to Daytona Beach without reservation, without anything.
Really?
We're just like, we're going to roll. So we get down there and we're like
sleep on the beach type of thing. Like you had no plans,
I figured I could hook us into something.
meet some ladies.
So I did. We were looking for the ladies, and so I figured I could hook us into something. So we're sitting up front of this really shitty motel, and I'm like, I can't stay here. So we end up crashing there for a night, and then the next day we're out on the beach, and we see this like huge condo thing, and it's like, hey, you got any places for rent? Sure. So we end up renting a place right on the beach, and the landlord guy, I think like when you buy drugs here in Minnesota, I think they go through that hotel.
How would you know that?
This guy was an importer exporter. I know he was.
Okay.
Because I mean, he was so wasted the whole time we were there. This is 28 years ago, and there was a guy in our group who actually has passed away since, but he smoked something with this guy, and he never came back. Like he was like gone, like wasted for like 20 years. Like he just never came back from it.
Really?
Yeah. It was so weird because we got down there and we had to rent this place. So we all pooled our money together. This guy, he went down there with like $400. So he's like, you know what? Take my $400. I'm going to eat ramen for the week. and he like slept in a closet and stuff. But then he befriended this guy who was running the place, and they were smoking something.
Who put him on a 20-year high?
I know. I think it was more of a bad PCP or something where he just triggered and done.
Wow.
Yeah. It was super weird, and he was quoting like Star Trek the whole time we were there. It was just insane.
I don't have the power, Captain.
Dieter, get to the forge. Right, and it was like, dude, you gotta come down. You know, like what? And he never. It was crazy. And
Did he do that like weird ass episode where he was pretending to be Spock, who had to be in the mating ritual?
And I don't even know. I don't even speak Star Trek,
Klingon or nothing.
But I don't know nothing. Nothing. But it was so weird, and I was blown away. But the reason why I bring this up on the club story is I had this little sports car, and I parked it at the hotel. I got the parking spot, and the guy with the big freaking boat, I don't know where he parked that thing. But we're sleeping with the windows open, and I wake up to the alarm in my car going off. So I go running out there in my boxers, and everything wasn't exactly covered up. But I'm like, my alarm's going off. I gotta go. I gotta
running out there trolling.
Jeez. I'm like, I'm going back to bed. It's fine. It was false alarm. False alarm.
Flies a little loose.
On the way home, the dude driving my car hit a fucking dresser. Some guy's dresser fell off, so he hits it with my car. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
What kind of sports car were you like driving? One of those little.
This was a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Oh,
yeah, Asian persuasion, baby.
You were absolutely hot then, weren't you? Would you just roll? Would you cruise?
That's how I picked up the wife.
Could you cruise in that?
What is that? I don't even know what that means. Cruise for chicks?
Like cruise, yeah, like up and down the street.
It had cruise control.
No, like remember people used to cruise? They used to go to the town and cruise. Oh,
no, I had an old shitty car for that. That's what I did when I lived in Rochester.
You cruised?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I picked up my oldest son's mom, cruising.
Cruise.
Yeah. I made a lifetime commitment that day. No, that car I had for a little while. Actually, I was at a party with the wife shortly after that. And she was the one buying all the beer for the party because she was the only one who was 21. And we had to go get more beer. So we hop in this thing, and I'm flying, and her cousin are with me. And it's like a snake road, so I'm trying to show off.
Yeah.
And it was a little wet.
Yeah.
I throw this thing sideways and blow 2 tires off of her. I'm like, I only have 1 spare. This is bad.
You got ahead of yourself.
We survived. Hey. She made the lifetime commitment at that point. She knew right away, hey, I got to be with this guy. This is my man.
I like danger.
Yeah, it was extreme. God, that was a fun trip, though. Holy snot rockets.
My goodness.
It was definitely interesting. And Daytona Beach was the place to be. That's like when MTV was big. Pauly Shore, brah.
I remember Pauly Shore,
doing the house parties, brah. He's still alive, still cranking out like he does these rants on YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Does he still do it in the Pauly Shore voice?
No.
Like we gotta wheeze the juice,
but you know
bud.
what? It's
or whatever
really funny
he says.
to listen to Bobby Lee. I listen to Bobby Lee's podcast, and he knows Pauly real well, and he does Pauly. Listen, brah, I want you in my shop. It's perfect. I had the funniest thing. I was listening to Bobby Lee's podcast the other day, and they do this thing at the end called Unhelpful Advice, where Bobby and whoever's in the room gives advice about whatever someone writes in about. And it's just stupid, And I don't know why, but this was the funniest thing I heard all week. Is this lady writes in and she says, hey, I wanted to get your advice on how to handle this. My ex's son passed away. And I wanted to know if I should send my condolences or how I should handle that. And it got real quiet. And Bobby goes, yeah, you should definitely send your condolences and an iPad.
What's the iPad for?
I don't know. It was the greatest thing ever, though. He's like, and an iPad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My
so
goodness.
Perfect. Like just out in left field. I'm telling you, sometimes some of that shit catches me. Some of that, have you noticed? I'm all over the place today.
You are, but before you do that, and I forget this, I haven't noticed. Remember, have you noticed? The longest road trip I've ever taken was I hitchhiked from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Minneapolis.
Come on.
Nope. And one of the rides I got was from a truck driver that brought me from...
Was it Large Marge?
Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
No, a dude made me uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. Somewhere in Colorado.
Really?
To Des Moines.
How old were you?
21.
What the hell's wrong with your parents? You shouldn't be out there hitchhiking.
And he was telling me while he's driving how in another country he's a king, but he just couldn't take it anymore, so he had to come here just to drive truck to find his peace.
What?
Yeah, he was just trying to sell that line of BS to me.
Cuckoo.
Totally cuckoo.
Was this before or after he had his hand on your leg?
No, but I got a lot closer to my door on my side of the rig on the big rig.
You're going to feel a little pressure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's insane.
Totally insane.
I've never hitchhiked. I don't even like to get a ride from a friend.
Well, I did it.
Across the country.
I did it.
Dude, that's a good stamp to have in your passport, though. That's good.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. Learn a lot. My daughter's got a meeting tonight with a college rep, and I'm freaking out because I just read this book about this guy who kidnaps girls, and there's some sick bastards out there, man. Have you noticed?
Not everybody's sick. As far as like the minority of human beings are sick, but you still got to be scared about it.
Well, and I told her, I'm like, just bring your mace with, and she's like, I'm not.
Yes, tell her to bring her mace.
Yeah,
with.
it's like
Is she out
of
her mind?
Size of a lipstick. Just throw it in your pocket or in your bag. Whatever. That should never leave your side.
No, she should have a 45, but we're not. This isn't a Second Amendment show.
That's a little bit large for a caribou meeting. Wait a minute. If you're out at a caribou, you got to take a 45.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's going to take her down.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been driving around. Speaking of animals, I've been driving around the lake.
Yeah.
And have you noticed the eagle population is a little rampant?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like I think the eagles are finding relations often.
Do you think we should have an eagle hunting season?
They're almost overpopulated in this region.
There's a lot.
There's 3 on 15 that just hang out.
Yeah, what they'll do is they sit on the edge of the ice. If you look out, you'll see black dots on the edge of the ice. Sometimes there's 20 or 30 of them on Browns.
Really?
From the Arcola to where you're past Browns Bay. Yeah, just sitting out there, and they'll catch fish and ducks and eat them right on the ice.
I got this bit that I put together about eagles.
Yeah.
Because you always see them, and they're just huge, majestic, beautiful animals.
Yep.
And then you see them, they're eating the carcass on the road or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they fly away, and it's just beautiful, big wingspan, and they're just a majestic animal. And all I can think to myself is, their fucking breath has got to stink. Oh my God.
How do you do that? How does your brain work, man?
Mine?
Yeah. How do you go to that?
That is funny. I don't care who you are. God, they got to have bad breath.
Yeah,
well, think about it.
Get to that.
They breathe, don't they? They're eating carcass off the road. Could you imagine? Because when you drive over that carcass, you're like, Jesus, what stinks? And this
suppose.
Thing's eating it.
It's kind of fresh, though. I mean, it's freezing out and stuff. I mean, maybe in the summer, but they have just lickety-split breath right now.
They're eating rotten fish off the shore.
Hey, eagle, come here and breathe on
But
me.
evidently somebody doesn't mind because they're mating. Holy
they're
shit.
catching fish.
Huh?
They catch fish.
I know.
They'll eat a rotten fish, but they'll go catch those
I know,
suckers.
but think how bad the breath is after eating a rotten fish.
A raw fish
It's not
or
like
a
they
rotten fish?
Rotten fish. Rotten fish. And I'm clear to eat raw fish again. The sushi ban is over.
You're back in.
I haven't gone to a restaurant though. I hit a Chipotle the other day, but I haven't restauranted. I don't know.
Sushi is the deal. Have you ever made sushi at home by your
Hell no.
Oh, it's so much fun.
My wife bought a kit one time.
Do it. Go to Coastal, get the real deal food, and make it.
It's cheaper to go buy it. Have them make it. Then I know it's done right. Because I don't know how to do it.
Read the instructions on the kit.
Falling apart garbage.
No.
If you go on Wednesday to Lund's, half price sushi.
Who eats sushi from Lund's?
I do.
Hell no.
I do.
No.
I do.
No.
They got a live guy there making it. God, I got the hiccups.
No.
Whatever. Dude, that's... Whatever. That is... My kids eat it all the time.
Yeah,
oh, my God. All right.
Know.
So here's the deal. I'm venting. I'm cleaning it out. I'm cleaning out the attic.
Get rid of it. Daddy's here.
So
Psychologist
you
in
missed
the
it
building.
last week. I'm sure you listened to episode 52. I explained a little bit about the debacle I'm having with Frontier. Frontier Communications is the worst company on the face of the earth. So I had a date set up. I was supposed to get my phone fixed on Monday. Then I get a text. You're actually set up for the 14th, which is today. And I called him. I'm like, hey, because I got a guy's number now who seems to know something. So I actually, you know what?
Because you can't go down here and knock on the door.
Hell no.
No one's opening
To anybody who's having trouble with Frontier Communications, you're going to want to call Ken at 1-800-571-2836. Tell him Darren sent you. That's 1-800-571-2836 for any problems you're having with Frontier. Call Ken. Ken will handle it.
Ken's on it.
So I called Ken and he goes, your appointment's on Wednesday. So I sat here all morning on Wednesday waiting for him to come out to fix my phone. Never showed up. So I looked at my phone and I had gotten a text that said, your appointment's been scheduled for today. So I'm sitting here all morning today. I got here at 7:30, so I'd be here for the 8 o'clock, blah, 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 blah. And this guy that the last time I had problems with Frontier, I was driving down the road and I saw one of their texts and I followed him. And I said, hey, I need help. and that was the last time I had problem with these idiots.
Right.
So this is the guy who calls me and he goes, I hear you're having problems with whatever. I'm like, yeah. So I explained to him all the crap. He goes, well, let me look into it. I'm like,
this is Ken?
No, this is, I don't even know this guy's name. He's the local tech because I see him all the time. No, Ken's in Texas. Ken at Frontier at 1-800-571-2836. So anyway, he goes, well, let me look into it and I'll get back to you. So I've got appointments. I have businesses that I run. I have to do things, which would really be nice if I had a goddamn phone. Now I'm coming unglued.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, an hour later, my phone rings. The office phone. So I pick it up. He goes, your phone's working. I'm like, so I didn't need an appointment or anything? You just had to hit a button? Because he never was on my property.
Weird.
He was never here. So then I talking to him and I'm like, hey, as long as you're so good with this crap, why don't you explain to me why I have a 90 meg download and a 10 meg upload system. I get about 80 on the download, which is fine, but I get 1.2 to 2 on the upload.
Yeah.
So if you have to upload a podcast, it takes like 45 minutes. It just about takes as long to do the show.
Are you on Frontier
internet
here?
Because nobody else will help me.
It's the worst internet.
Because there's
in the
nobody
world.
around me.
We don't have internet at our house. We have to use hotspots because it's Frontier internet and it's horrible.
Right. That's what we're dealing with here.
Oh,
yeah.
That.
Well, you know that if you have a problem, you can call Ken.
Ken needs to fix my internet.
Ken at 1-800
high speed
571-2836.
So do they have high speed internet here now?
Yeah. Well, they have an 80-ish meg with a 1.2 upload. Yeah, it's been a traumatic week, dude.
I see that.
I'm telling you, I have dealt with some of America, or not. I'm not saying America. Some of the world's finest. It was absolutely disgusting what I've been through. But you know what? You know what's trained me to deal with these people? One of my first jobs out of school was at Norwest Mortgage.
Okay.
And I collected on mortgages. I was the guy on the dialer. You know, you sit there, it rings, whatever. And I learned to deal with people over the phone because this was back before having a foreclosure was cool. You know, like we just went through a segment where everybody had a foreclosure. It was trendy. You know, not
right.
that I'm not belittling people who were struggling, whatever, but there was 300 times more than there used to be.
Yeah.
And back in 95 when I was collecting.
It wasn't cool.
No, these people were really having problems. So you really learn to deal with people and you know,
Try to help them through it.
problem solve. So thank God. But I actually, when I was dealing with Frontier last week, when I initiated this call, 16 people before I got to Ken at 1-800-571.
How did you
1-800-571-2836.
How did you get to Ken?
16 transfers. And I actually was on my mobile phone because I didn't have an office phone. And I was on phone so long, I went home after work. And I'm talking, and the wife's like, wow, you know, like, you're a little bit upset. And I'm like, because you can't do anything. You can't go down to the office and say, listen, Bob, I need this fixed. You can't.
Nope.
So then you deal with these customer service people. They don't know anything. Their main script says, if you can't transfer them randomly, then tell them to reset their modem. Those are the two things that they've been trained to say.
Right.
And, you know, hell forbid you slip an Effenheimer or a swear word out, then they just disconnect completely.
It just
Sons of
close up
bitches.
shop on you.
That's why what I would do is I would call Ken at 1-800-571-2836.
Ken obviously is your new favorite.
He isn't going to be for very long.
No.
Hey, my mom's getting out of the hospital.
Excellent news.
That's good news. That's good. I don't think she's ready, but she, you know, her insurance is running out, whatever. So my I went to visit her the other day, and I had a little stomach ache.
Uh-oh.
So I let a little drag bunt out. Just then, the nurse comes in, and she's talking to my mom, and she's like, "Are you feeling okay today? How are you feeling?" And I'm just, I almost pissed my pants. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, actually, that was me, ma'am. You know, like I could use some saltines if you had some.
Yeah, just something.
It's $75 a piece.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to know what my mom's medical bill is going to be. But my sister was just telling me, hey, you know, mom's going to go home. We have to stay with her around the clock. So why don't you take Saturday into Sunday? And I'm like a sleepover?
Yeah, you what's
and
the
she goes, yeah, because if she has to go to the bathroom or something and fall, I'm like, no.
You got to.
I said, there's two rules. One of them is I don't plan on ever seeing my mom naked.
She washed your ass when you were a kid. You need to help her.
It's different.
It's the end of life, man.
She was a newborn.
Or not the end of life, but you know what? I'm not trying to jinx your mom or anything.
No.
I'm just saying you have to do that.
And I'll do everything from a support perspective outside of
the cleanup.
I don't know. So what I told my sister, listen, this is my move. My sister's a listener to the cast, so she'll get this.
Okay.
But I told her, you know what? There's an unwritten rule that you got to help mom. You know, unfortunately, dad passed away. Otherwise, I'd be helping him. I would totally, guy to guy.
Yeah.
So I got an out because he's passed away.
Did she buy that?
She kind of chuckled, like she got it. She got what I was putting down.
The worst comes to worst, though. You'll help your mom if you have to.
Well, I mean, if I'm there and she's yeah, but I'm not like. Because I wouldn't sleep. I would just sit there and go, oh, like I can't, I don't know. But you know, different people handle things differently. And like in my family, like we were never, like it would make very uncomfortable for my mom even.
This is a lot different than a hug.
Oh, yeah. 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 But it's just always been that way. Like, one of the rules when my mom was wiping my ass when I was young is that I'm going to go the distance without having to do that, I mean, obviously I will if it comes down to it, but we're not at that place. We're not there.
So what's the prognosis with Mumsy?
She has, oh gosh, I can't get too deep into it because there's some legal issues. No, there's not. I just want to say that. She's got I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's a something. It's your pelvis, but it's a something. She's got a cracked pelvis.
Yeah.
Two cracks.
But didn't they fix it?
You can't fix it. You just got to let it heal.
I thought they put it back together.
But then when she fell, she jarred her L whatever. So she's got a little little nerve problem.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's better though. She's definitely on the mend. She just she needs to go home and start living again because she's been very limited to what she can do while she's there.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is when you know that, someone's there to do this or get you that, you're not pushing yourself. You're not forcing yourself to get up and get a water or
it's painful as all get out too.
Oh yeah, but she actually was moving around pretty good.
Maybe an assisted living thing over here would.
Well, they
be a
have
bad
the extension
plan.
on her place.
Yeah,
but she doesn't need that. They're gonna do they send a nurse in once a day or something or
just to help
like
out.
that. And her apartment has the I've fallen and can't get up straps.
Buzzer in it.
Yeah, so she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She's tough. She can handle her own bathroom needs.
Well, I don't know. Woo. I couldn't imagine trying to pinch one out with a broken pelvis. That's got to be brutal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't.
Although with my recent issues in that department, I don't have anything to complain or talk about. I've been clear for a few weeks.
I think that made the best of.
I've been clear for a few weeks. I'm pretty good.
That made the best of from last week's show. Hey, we got to put a pin in this thing.
Yeah.
So, where are you sitting on the Bronco Viking tilt on Sunday? Which I'll be watching from Granny's.
It's like 34-13, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think they have a problem. Is Case Keenum playing? Case this plays Keenum?
No.
Isn't he he's a Bronco, isn't he?
No.
Yeah, he is.
Wait a minute. Didn't they trade him?
Yes, we traded him.
No, hold on a second. Yeah, why am I spacing this right now?
Oh, I don't know. I think, hey, while you're looking that up,
yeah,
let's get something really crystal clear here.
Yeah, go.
It is too early in the season to turn your Christmas lights on.
Yes.
It is too early in the season to play
Washington
Christmas
Redskins.
music. Oh, he's a Redskin?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Anyway, it's too early to have your Christmas lights on. It's too early to play Christmas music, and we don't need to see Christmas ads yet.
The day after Thanksgiving, let them go.
Why, and this is a whole nother segment for a later date, but why is it that everybody's so against religion and God and the whole bit, we don't want anything revolving around religion or whatever, but everybody's so into Christmas? Like, isn't that kind of, stepping on your own foot when you're, bitching about all this stuff and how we don't want God or religion involved in any of this? But then everybody's on the bandwagon for Christmas.
It's a little bit like putting a salt on a canker sore. I mean, it's doesn't make a whole lot of sense why they do it.
Me.
But, in today's world, Christmas has lost, for many people, the real meaning of what Christmas is.
Right.
They forget about the Christ part of Christmas.
For sure.
And,
That's
and I'm
Hallmark
fine
holiday.
with that. I mean, people do what you want to do, but they have completely, not everyone, but a good amount of people have lost the meaning of Christmas.
Well, and I was sitting here today and yesterday because we got a little dusting of snow yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself, and even Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving is lost on, hurry up, prepare all this shit and eat and then spend the rest of the day cleaning up dishes, and like.
Not my family. The women do the dishes.
That was Dave's word. Not
I'm totally kidding. I'll actually put a cup in the dishwasher or something.
Well, I totally moved to the football area. Yeah. But my point is that I was thinking yesterday with the light dusting of snow, as watching a majestic eagle fly away with a stanky breath, and I thought to myself, how do I make this Christmas more Christmassy? Like. When you see the Rockefeller Christmas, it's all not Rockefeller downtown, like
right?
Or is it Rockwell? Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, that's Norman Rockwell as a painter.
Yeah, like when you see that stereotypical Christmas where you're like everybody's in the Christmas season and shit.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Like I don't know how to do that. Like it's always let's race around and shop, and then obviously I'm going to hit a restaurant.
I'm notorious for getting my shopping done on Christmas Eve. It takes me that long
But how
to
do you
figure
get
out
in the
what I want to
Christmas
get.
Spirit?
What do you mean?
And is it okay to say, not that I thought you were bad this year and didn't want to get you anything, I just couldn't come up with what I wanted, so I didn't buy anything.
Christmas spirit for me isn't about giving gifts. The Christmas spirit for me is about giving love and
Well, that's what I'm
being
missing.
with my
That's what
family.
I'm saying. How do I like everybody's so busy doing everything and going this way, going that way, hockey, dance, college, blah 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 blah. Like, how do you like get that whole Christmas thing going?
I don't know. I guess you just do it. The boy will be back for a whole month.
Yeah, I know.
The whole clan's fired up. They're all talking and planning. And
I just booked the airfare for my dude.
Yeah.
It was cheap. Really cheap.
Hey, listen to this. I know we're getting long here, but you'll like this. So I had to go down. Alex had his fraternity at the U that he pledged to and is now going to go through initiation week and hopefully make it and be a member.
I thought they had to do all that already.
No, the initiation week's next week. They had a dad's day.
Oh.
So you roll down there, but I'm getting emails. So the Gopher game starts at 11 last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm getting emails all week. Well, dad's day starts at 8.
On Saturday?
Yeah, this is when we go.
Okay.
It's 8 o'clock. So I roll in there. First thing I do is make a mistake, and I walk into the wrong fraternity, which didn't go over that well, but whatever.
How do you know?
I know where his is, but there's another one that looks a lot like it, and I just missed the road. His is on a corner, and another one's a couple corners down. So I went in there, and then I figured it out, and then I got down into the right one. But when I roll in there, it's 8:15. All the dads, all the kids, everybody has got the beer going and the White Claws at 8 in the morning.
White Claws?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a gay fraternity?
No, I don't know what's going on with it. But I'm just like, holy crap. So it was fun, and I got to meet a ton of people and really cool people.
All these people drink coffee?
It's not a tough guy here. I'm in this fraternity.
Well, obviously not. They're drinking White Claw.
Yeah, I mean, they're just really cool
Would you guys
people.
go to a ballroom dance later that day?
No. So about 9:30, we're there for an hour and a half or so, and Alex goes, hey, I want to go home for the weekend because the girlfriend's going to be home from college too, and he wants to see her, but he wants to go. And so we literally got to come home with Alex and watch the Gopher football game on TV. With my kid.
There?
Yep, with my kid. Instead of, he wanted to go to the stadium, he just wanted to come home, watch it on TV with his dad. That made my day, week,
good.
year.
But why didn't you go to the game? Like, you were right there.
Okay, well, that's a good point. Because that's not what he wanted to do.
Oh, well. Who
So we
cares
came
what
home.
he wants to do?
Well, me. It's his day.
No, I don't think it was his day. I think it was Dad's day.
No, it was his day to show Dad around the fraternity and
And
make
go to
me
the
more
game.
comfortable about the craziness.
Biggest game in Gopher history.
I wasn't that crazy about the fact when I walked in there at 8, they
40
had music playing about 50 notches too high, and they had the White Claws going.
White Claw.
What happened to them drinking like Budweiser and premium and doing
What are you
shots
talking
and
about?
stuff in the
They're
fraternity?
at college, man. Where's the Milwaukee's best?
Jägermeister, something. White Claws? What are we doing here?
Hey, do you want some OJ in that?
It's just like White Claws.
Say, where did I put my spritzer?
Yeah, they had Christmas beer and White Claws. I'm not kidding you. That's your Christmas thing.
I
So they
don't know
had Tis
about
the
this
Season,
fraternity.
small kegs of beer, and White Claws.
Were there finger sandwiches then?
No, but their cook made a wicked breakfast.
They have a cook?
Yeah, with biscuits and gravy
I've been
and
off the
everything.
circuit a while. They got a chef at the house?
Yeah.
Who's paying for him?
Well, that would be the parents.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, they have a chef, and he can straight throw down.
So, is he just there to chef or is he a student?
He's just there to chef.
And he lives in the house?
No, he lives right by there, so he does. Actually, he might live down in the room. But I don't know. I'd have to ask. I think during the week he might because he's got to do breakfast and dinner, lunch there on their own. But yeah, he throws
What does
down
this
some
cost?
serious food. I haven't asked. I just okay.
Oh,
I don't know.
Garçon. That's outstanding.
But the biscuits and gravy were
come on.
homemade biscuits and gravy.
Really?
Yeah, it was like really good.
Is that kind of a contradiction to have a White Claw with your biscuits and gravy?
Hey, I'm not judging, but it seemed a little freaking weird to me. I'll tell you that.
I'll just have a Perrier.
Oh, and they did have mimosas going. I forgot. They did. They had champagne and orange juice. I just didn't put it together. That's what that is.
You know, I parked my Harley outside. I'm not sure I have the right place here because you guys have mimosas and White Claws.
Yeah, I know.
I want a couple shots of Yang.
I know.
Can I leave my hog out there?
Oh, it was something else.
What's the name of this fraternity?
Sigma Nu.
Sigma Nu? Mm-hmm. I've never heard of it.
It's one of the oldest fraternities in the country.
Is it really? What's their deal? They're just a group of guys that they don't have a cause?
No, they're it was okay, now this I'm probably going to fail the Sigma Nu test here, but it was originally aligned with the military.
Oh.
And so there's chapters all over the country.
Of course.
And actually this place wins a ton of awards for what they do in the community and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So how did he pick? Like, we don't have this problem where my son goes.
He rushed.
Well, right, but how do you decide to be Sigma Nu and not Sigma Boo or Sigma U?
Well, you go hang out at the fraternities, and then if they like you or whatever, then they'll ask you to come back for another day to hang out. That's not a rush day. So we did that to 4 or 5, and then went back, and then they text you and they say, you know, we'd like you to or call you or whatever and ask you if you want to be a pledge.
Really?
And out of all that, that's the one he chose to pledge.
So then he'll move in there.
Yeah.
Oh God, that can't be cheap. What happens to his dorm then?
He'll move in there after this year. We only have his dorm for 1 year.
Oh.
But his dorm's wicked. It's a corner room in this Comstock deal.
That's what you were saying.
Where his bedroom's overlooking the river. It's like, the kid is just lucking out left and right.
Why would you want to go sleep in a shithole fraternity house?
And you have that gig.
Yeah.
Like an oversized dorm
Maybe
room.
he'll keep both. He'll have a home and away.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to get a job.
Home and visitor.
Yeah.
Big time.
He's going to need to get a job then. But it was really cool. I just wanted to share that.
Fun.
I was appreciative of
That's
it.
cool. I went to visit my guy and I got shunned.
Yeah. The White Claws were a bit of in the mimosa thing was a little throw off.
That's a new thing though, man. Everybody wants White Claws. My daughter went as a can of White Claw for Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, that's an off-air story.
I want to hear about it, but they're walking down the street with White Claws. White Claws are all over the U of M campus. We're playing bags out in front of
What
his
is
fraternity. I think it's sparkling water with booze in it.
I don't know. Hey, White Claw, if you want to sponsor the DK Project, we'd be happy to talk about how wonderful your product is.
Correct.
And how it's had such a strong influence on the Gopher campus.
Correct. Yeah, they're just rolling with White Claws.
That's crazy. All right, we do have to wrap
That's
this
what
thing
I
up.
know.
All right, so until next week, good luck to the Gopher on the Hawkeye,
Yep.
the Viking on the
Broncos.
Bronco. I did a little brain gas there.
Yep.
And we'll do another show next week. We'll be back on track. So tune in, tell your friends, pass it along, share it with somebody. Let the word get out about how awesome the DK Project is.
No.
If you have questions or comments, contact us at DKProjectPodcast.com.
That's a wrap.
Read this shit. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.